Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, in Yoruba land we have something called the Idobale position. Now the Idobale position, or Idobale to give it the short form of it, is when somebody lies in prostrate on their fours to greet an elder or to apologize to an elder or to show subservience to an elder. So that's an Idobale position or Idobale in Yoruba language. So with that guys, I bring you this. IPOB, we know nothing about Operation Python Dance, Southeast Governors. So that's the headline, IPOB, and then with the brackets, we know nothing about Operation Python Dance, and then that is attributed to the Southeast Governors. So why are the Southeast Governors having to feel the need to say this? Well, let's delve into it. So let's get into it. The Southeast Governors on Saturday denied any complicity in the Operation Python Dance the Nigerian army started in the Southeast Zone that allegedly killed members of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra at Afara Aku, Umuahia, Abia State, home of the leader of the group, Nnamdi Kanu, on September 2017. The IPOB had vowed to attack the governors and Igbo leaders anywhere outside the country, citing their conspiracy with the federal government to kill their members during Operation Python Dance by the army. Briefing newsmen after the meetings of the governors with some Igbo stakeholders that was attended by Minister of Aviation Hidi Sariki, the chairman of the Southeast Governors and Ebonyi State Governor David Umahi explained that the governors never invited the military to the Southeast for Operation Python Dance. Umahi said, Southeast governors never invited the army, nor were Southeast governors informed of any of their operations on Python Dance until the operations were already started in the states. Southeast governors would like to write to Mr. President to request a meeting with him and all the security chiefs on security to douse tension in the region. So now that's the statement from the Ebonyi State Governor, but then he's speaking, of course, on behalf of all of the Southeastern governors. But then, as I said, the Yawa has now burst, and these people are now in the Idobale position. But then we have to go back. And where are we going back? We're going back to Germany a few weeks ago when this Ikeremadu was given a flogging. They kobokoed him, the IPOD member kobokoed him, and the whole of Nigeria cheered. Not just in Nigeria, but all over the world. We all cheered as this Ikeremadu guy was flogged. And by the way, when we were all cheering, we were not cheering particularly that Ikeremadu was flogged, because Ikeremadu, of course, was just unfortunate, because Ikeremadu really should not have been the candidate for that flogging, because Ikeremadu was one of the key components that led to the freeing of Nnamdi Kanu from the clutches of Malam Buhari and his criminal cabal. So he has that credit, but really Ikeremadu, as the deputy senate president of the Nigerian cabal, is now really an enemy of anybody that is pro-development within the Nigerian state, because he's an insider to the cabal in all effects and purposes, and really that is what then precipitated that beating. And we all enjoyed that beating, but we would have rather preferred that it was like Rotimi Amechi or Rochas Okorocha or like Tinubu or somebody else, or like what's that guy, Saraki, or anybody else. But Ikeremadu really was unfortunate to be in that position. And then he also had the misfortune of wearing a top that had the Nigerian emblem on it, which then went further to provoke these IPOB members, and then they then just decided to dish him a beating. But then this beating that Ikeremadu got precipitated, of course, this statement now that we're now hearing from these Southeastern governors, because these Southeastern governors now are in the Idobale position, the Idobale position. They are prostrated, of course, to Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB now and say, please, sir, please, sir, it's not me, sir. I didn't do it, sir. I wasn't there, sir. I-begee, sir. So it's now an I-begee, sir position now that these criminals in the southeast, and I'm saying the criminals in the southeast, the ones in the southwest, of course, are even more criminals, and the ones in the northern parts are Barawos completely. So this is not a tribal thing, but particularly these criminals in the southeast who Nnamdi Kanu and his group are targeting, they have now placed an embargo on them that do not travel outside of the zoo, according to Nnamdi Kanu, that is called Nigeria. And if you travel outside of the zoo that is called Nigeria, we will dish you out a beating, and the beating is the list of the treatment that we will dish out to you. And they've done that to Keremadu, and we saw them attempt on Buhari in Japan. So now anybody now that is now coming out of Nigeria to go internationally is taking that risk of having that confrontation with the IPOB members. So it is on that understanding now that these Igwes and these Ogwefis and these Mazi Imperimpes and whatever it is that they are, all these Mazi Imperimpes that they have in the southeast, that they are now in the Idobale position, lying on their face, prostrate to Nnamdi Kanu, with Nnamdi Kanu putting his feet on their head, and they are saying, no, it's not me, sir. I am sorry, sir. I wasn't involved, sir. So it's the yes sir position now that all these elements in Ebonyi State, Anambra State, and all the elements in Imo State, etc., they are now in front of Nnamdi Kanu. So conversations in the comment section is what I am inviting around this. The Igbos in the Idobale position to Nnamdi Kanu. And by the way, the Igbos being in the Idobale position to Nnamdi Kanu is just the beginnings of it, because all of the regions of Nigeria also need a champion. The Yoruba land does not yet have a champion. Yes, you might think Sowore, but Sowore is not really a champion. We need a champion in the manner of Nnamdi Kanu, a bombastic, no holds barred, let's have them all kind of element that is willing to go full pelt to go after them. Sowore is not that person, and Sowore especially is not really, I'm not even sure if Yoruba, I'm saying Yoruba, but that's a Freudian slip. I'm not really sure if Sowore is really a Yoruba man, because Sowore really is that cusp between being a Yoruba man and a man from Bendel State, which is now what you would call Edo and Delta, but I know it as Bendel State. So Sowore now is now a man that is that cusp between Yoruba and Bendel State, and he is always speaking to Nigeria, so he thinks of Nigeria as an entity, and he tries to distance himself from like an ethnic coloration, because he wants to have like a nationalistic outlook, and that nationalistic outlook, of course, is completely diluted by the politics of the being that is Nigeria, because Nigeria is an ethnic and a religion-based political entity. That's the coloration of that country. So Sowore is not really a Yoruba champion, and he has not pretended himself to be a Yoruba champion. Yes, his name might well be Yoruba, but he has not ever in all of his pronouncements played on his Yoruba-ness. But Nnamdi Kanu, of course, has always been steeped in the wool, 100% Igbo man. He makes no apologies for that. But Sowore, of course, apologizes for being a Yoruba man, and he wants to be Nigerian. So, of course, he's not a Yoruba champion. So the Yorubas need a champion in the manner of Nnamdi Kanu. And then the Hausas, they also need a champion in the manner of Nnamdi Kanu, because the Hausas now, by now, after close to 100 years, they must now almost certainly be fed up of being repressed by the Fulanis. So the Hausas also need a champion in the manner of Nnamdi Kanu. And then the Middle Belt also need a champion in the manner of Nnamdi Kanu. So if we can get 4 champions in the manner, well, 3 more, because we already have Nnamdi Kanu. So if we can get 3 more champions in the manner of Nnamdi Kanu, a Yoruba champion, a Hausa champion, and a middle belt champion, then that will be the beginnings of the rescue of that nation. So really, that is my understanding of it. So what is your understanding of it? The Igbo governors are in the Idobale position for Nnamdi Kanu because he now has them on lockdown. But who is now going to lock down the rest of the sub nations within Nigeria so we can rescue ourselves from the clutches that we are binded in at the moment, or we're bound in at the moment, however you understand language. So this is the conversation that I am looking to have with you. But before you come have that conversation with me, click on that red subscribe button so it turns gray. That's the way I get the prominence within the YouTube algorithm. So if you click on that, then there'll be more people coming in to join in our conversation. And then that bell button that is next to that subscribe button, once you've clicked on that subscribe button so it goes gray, then click on the bell button as well. That way you are notified every time I drop a new video, so that way you are part of the conversation that goes on this channel. So once you've done both, come join me in the comment section. Come share your opinions with me because I am interested to know what you're thinking. So once you've done that, I'll leave you here then. Once you've clicked on the red subscribe and notification, then I'll join you in the comment section to read your opinions and append mine to it in conversation. So I'll leave you here, carry on with you in the comment section, but here I say peace.